Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lawyer Interviews. I am your host, Jeff Dillon. Make sure to stick around for the entire video today because we have our special guest, Stefan, a lawyer specializing in Romanian law. Stefan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to do these things with you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. In today's video, we're going to find out two things from Stefan. One, why did the Tate brothers legal team just lose in their latest appeal? And two, what is some of the jail time that the Tate brothers might expect to receive? So, Stefan,
let's get right into it.
let's get right into it. Yes, absolutely. Starting off. So, why did the Tate brothers lose their last appeal?
To be honest, I'm not surprised. It's very rare that such appeals are being accepted. There's a lot of news media pressure on the legal system, and so I feel like they don't want to make a mistake. And it was like, at least in my opinion, it was like 99.99% the chance of getting rejected.
I see. And is one of the reasons you said a potential flight risk that they could have posed?
Yeah, that's exactly what the prosecutor argued, and the judge has approved, right? Number one, they might present a flight risk. And actually, like the prosecutor has showed the judge a video where Andrew Tate states that he has bank accounts in 19 countries, he has multiple passports all over the world. And, so it was really a high risk. That's what the judge stated. And then the second thing would be that they possess abilities in order to influence the victims and exercise psychological pressure and control over them. And if they would be set free, then it could affect the investigation because then they can control and try to influence the victims and their statements.
Yes, understood. So what makes someone exactly a flight risk?
Well, the fact that he has money, first of all. Second, the fact that he's very well known internationally and he has connections. But I would say that the most important in this specific case is the video that the prosecutor has showed the judge. Because in that video, he has showed proof that at least Andrew Tate owns bank accounts in different countries. He owns different passports, different nationalities. I don't know for sure, but I think he also showed the video where he says that he's getting those multiple citizenships so he can escape, so he can do this thing. So it was very easy to take a decision in this sense.
And what were Tate's lawyers arguing to say that he's not a flight risk?
I think they said that during the investigation, when the investigation happened in secret, like 9 months ago, from April to December, since they were arrested, they know that the investigation was happening and they didn't try to escape the country or anything. That's why they came back to Romania. So I think this was their main argument. Like it was like something like if they would wanted to escape the country, they would have done it before you arrested them, if that makes sense.
I see. So in your opinion, would you say the Tate brothers are facing a human rights violation for being held in detention this long?
No, not at all. And I'm going to tell you why. From my perspective and from the information that we have that has been presented to the public so far, the judge and the prosecutor have followed point on point the exact procedures that needs to be followed on our current legal system. So the fact that they might not have the best conditions in prison, the fact that they might not have the best food in prison, this is another ball game in my opinion. But so far, all the things that have been done by the judge and the prosecutor have been followed point on point the legal system in Romania.
Okay, so that answers the question that we're asking. Is the process so far typical for the Romanian justice system?
Yes. Yeah, I would say obviously there's a lot of pressure being built right now by the news media, which in my opinion, it doesn't serve the suspects, if you ask me personally. But in terms of the procedures and everything, it's exactly how it usually happens.
So lately, a new charge has been announced by the prosecutors. What are the Tate brothers now potentially facing?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if they said that they're facing new charges. What I know for sure is that the prosecutor has started the investigation in terms of finding out if the Tate brothers will also face charges for money laundering. I do feel like I predict that in the future, until it moves to the trial, or once it moves to the trial, they're also going to face more charges for at least one or two more crimes, because there are a lot of them that can be identified only from the videos that they posted on the internet, unfortunately. Like people need to understand. I said it multiple times and I'll say it over and over again. I will say it over and over again. All the audio video evidence that is available on the internet is self-incriminating and can and most likely is going to be used against them. And we already see this unfolding with our own eyes, right? The fact that the prosecutor goes forward to the judge and shows audio video materials where Tate is self-incriminating himself says a lot, right? Even if it's not like true evidence in the case, it's meant to influence the judge's decision, which is enough for the prosecutor.
Yeah, no, very relevant, very important point. So if convicted of the potential new charges and the charges that they are already facing, how much prison time can the Tate brothers expect to face?
So let's clarify one thing. The legal system in Romania works like this. If they are facing multiple charges and they are going to get convicted for multiple charges, multiple crimes, then they will take the highest prison time from the highest crime. And then what they will do is they will add a third of the total cumulated remaining crimes. Okay. And then they will add it on top of each other. I would say if they are facing all the 4 charges, which is human trafficking, the establishment of an organized criminal group, rape, and then also for money laundering, easy, like anywhere from 10 to 15 years, even more than that.
So what would need to happen for the Tate brothers to be cleared of all charges and avoid any prison time?
Well, I would say that there are multiple options for this. I would say one of the options is, because here's the thing, for the case to be moved to the trial, the prosecutor needs to go forward to a preliminary chamber judge. That's how it's called. So it's a totally different judge, and he's doing just that. He's taking the case files from the prosecutor and he's evaluating if there's enough evidence so he can move the case to the trial to another judge, right? That's how the legal system works in Romania.
Yes.
Now, if let's assume that it goes to the preliminary chamber judge and the judge said that it's not enough evidence, then the prosecutor will take back the case files and the investigation can continue. But back to your point, because I'm deviating a little bit, it's just that the prosecutor would have to renounce of all the charges. That's it. That's pretty much it. But I don't see this happening. It's like a 0.00001% chance. Only if a meteorite hits the Earth and Elon Musk goes to the Mars in like 2 days or something like that. Like, there's so small chances of that.
Is that your official prediction? Okay.
Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, and to be fair, I feel like, and my prediction is that the prosecutor doesn't want them to be kept in freedom right now. He wants to keep them under arrest during the investigation phase. It might take like 90 days, 120 days. And then once he moves the case to the trial, then they are going to be kept in prison during the trial. Because they have this right? And I feel like this is what he wants to do. He does not want them to be free. And I predict that they're not going to be set free.
Got it. Now, last question. Is it possible, and I don't know if this exists in Romania, for the Tate brothers to be put on house arrest?
Yeah, 100%. Actually, the new arrest period will expire on 27th, I think, of February, right?
Yes.
But before that, the prosecutor will move forward to the judge and he will just propose another security measure following this one, which can be extension of another 30 days, house arrest, just like you said, for 30 days, or pre-trial conditional release. If they are going to get house arrest, which I don't think they're going to get, they will stay 24/7 surveillance, like they will be followed. And they will also have to wear tracking bracelets. Of course, they are not allowed to talk with anybody that is involved in the case, like witnesses and other people. But again, I see small chances of that happening.
And if they were to be put on house arrest, would they get their assets back?
No, I get this question a lot from people. It's a totally different security measure.
Okay.
So it has to be treated differently.
Well, Stefan, thank you so much. Really helpful. I mean, it doesn't get better than to hear exactly from the source of someone who's familiar with Romanian laws to understand the process. So again, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us and give us all these insights.
Always my pleasure.
Thank you so much
for having me.
Yes, great. And everyone watching, make sure to click subscribe to stay up to date with the Tate case as we follow its development, and comment below. Let's hear what you have to say about our interview with Stefan.